Let me ask you something. When you walk into your bedroom at night, does it feel like a sanctuary, or does it feel like the clutter is silently judging you? For so many older women, the bedroom slowly stops being the peaceful retreat it once was. The chair becomes a second closet, with piles of clothes draped across it. The nightstand overflows with old glasses, half-read books, tangled phone cords, and notes you meant to look at weeks ago. Even under the bed, boxes and bags sit there like little reminders of things you never quite finished. And here's the hard truth: all of that clutter isn't just mess. It's mental noise. Science has proven it. In fact, a study published by Declutter found that women who lived in cluttered homes had consistently higher levels of cortisol, the stress hormone that keeps your body on high alert. That means your brain sees every pile, every drawer you avoid, as a kind of unfinished business. And instead of shutting down for rest, your nervous system stays switched on. That's why so many of us lie awake at night, our body tired but our mind restless. I remember speaking to a woman in her 70s who told me her bedroom used to be her favorite place, until slowly, little by little, it became a storage room. She said, "I thought I just had insomnia. But once I cleared the clutter, I realized it wasn't my age keeping me awake, it was my environment." That story has stayed with me, because it's not just her story, it's so many women's story. But let me paint a different picture for you. Imagine this: you open your bedroom door, and instead of chaos, you feel calm. The surfaces are clear, the air feels lighter, and your bed practically invites you in. You slip under the covers, and for the first time in a long time, your mind sighs with relief. No piles staring at you, no to-do lists hiding in the corners. Just peace. And with that peace, your body finally allows itself to drift into the kind of deep, healing sleep it's been craving. That's what this video is about. Today, I'll share with you 5 simple, no-stress bedroom declutter tricks older women absolutely love for better sleep. These are not overwhelming projects. These are gentle, powerful shifts designed for women like you. Women who want rest, calm, and dignity in the one room that should always whisper peace. And if you stay with me until the end, you'll not only learn how to clear your room, you'll learn how to clear your mind, so every night feels like stepping into your very own retreat. Number 1. The clear nightstand rule. If there's one spot in the bedroom that secretly controls the way you sleep, it's your nightstand. Think about it. It's the last thing you see before closing your eyes and the first thing you see when you wake up. But for so many older women, that little table becomes a magnet for clutter. Reading glasses, old receipts, half-empty water bottles, medications, chargers, and books you keep meaning to finish but never do. And here's the surprising science. Researchers from Princeton University discovered that clutter in your environment competes for your brain's attention. Even when you're not actively focusing on it, your subconscious is. That means if your nightstand is crowded, your brain is still scanning all those objects as if they're unfinished tasks. The result? You carry mental clutter into bed, making it harder to fall asleep and harder to stay asleep. The clear nightstand rule is simple but powerful. Keep only 3 things on your nightstand: an item for light, an item for hydration, and an item for peace. For most women, that's a lamp, a glass of water, and maybe a single photo or calming object that makes you feel safe. That's it. Nothing else. One woman I worked with told me she didn't believe this would make a difference. But when she finally cleared her nightstand, she said it felt like her bedroom could finally breathe. And that night, for the first time in years, she fell asleep in under 10 minutes. Sometimes the smallest change creates the biggest relief. So tonight, before you climb into bed, try the clear nightstand rule. Remove the extras, leave only the essentials, and see how your body responds. You might be surprised by how quickly your mind quiets down. Now, I know some of you are watching and thinking, this makes sense, but I'll just keep watching without subscribing. But let me ask you something. If you care about creating a calmer home and a calmer mind, why would you want to miss out on the very tips designed for women just like you? If you don't hit subscribe, tell me in the comments why. Because honestly, I can't think of a single reason not to join this journey with us. And if you do subscribe, you'll never face decluttering alone again. Number 2. The soft glow lighting swap. Now, when most of us think about decluttering, we picture stacks of old magazines, clothes we don't wear anymore, or boxes sitting in the corner of the bedroom. But clutter isn't always physical, it's also environmental. And one of the most overlooked forms of clutter in a bedroom is lighting. Think about it for a moment. You've had a long day, you're finally ready to rest, you walk into your bedroom, and the first thing you do is flip on a bright, white overhead light. Instead of calming you, it's almost like stepping into a grocery store at night. Bright, glaring, harsh. And here's the thing, your brain reacts to that brightness. Science shows that strong artificial lighting tricks the mind into thinking it's still daytime. Your brain suppresses melatonin, the natural hormone that helps you fall asleep. So even if your room is spotless, the light alone is enough to keep you tossing and turning. This is where the soft glow lighting swap changes everything. By replacing harsh bulbs with warm, low-intensity lights, often labeled as soft white or amber glow, you create a bedroom that gently signals to your body, it's time to rest. Imagine slipping into a space where the light feels like the last rays of sunset, wrapping you in calm instead of jolting you awake. I once spoke with a woman in her late 60s who admitted she could never fall asleep before 1 a.m. She thought it was just part of getting older. But after switching her bulbs to soft glow lighting, she found herself nodding off peacefully by 10:30. She told me, "It's as if my room hugs me now." Isn't that beautiful? The clutter wasn't just in her nightstand or closet, it was in the energy of her room, and the lighting held the key. And here's something most people don't realize. Harsh lights don't just affect sleep, they affect mood. Research from the University of Toronto found that people exposed to softer lighting reported feeling calmer, less anxious, and more in control of their emotions compared to those under harsh light. That means this one little swap isn't just a sleep trick, it's an emotional reset every evening. I want you to picture your own room right now. Is your lamp glaring at you with white light? Does your ceiling light make the space feel sterile instead of soothing? What would happen if, tonight, you turned on a soft amber bulb instead? One that mimics candlelight or the glow of a fire? Would your shoulders drop? Would your heartbeat slow down just a little? Decluttering isn't just about removing objects. It's about removing the things that silently rob us of peace. And light, though invisible in a sense, is one of the most powerful forms of clutter in your bedroom. The soft glow lighting swap takes away that tension, leaving behind a sanctuary where your body feels safe enough to sleep deeply. Number 3. The clothing chair reset. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You've got that one chair in your bedroom. It might be a sturdy wooden chair, maybe even a plush accent chair. And somehow, it's no longer a chair, it's become the unofficial second closet. Jackets, blouses, scarves, and cardigans draped across the back. Pants folded over the seat. Maybe even a few pairs of socks tossed carelessly on top. And you tell yourself, I'll put it all away later. But later never comes. Before you know it, the chair is buried, the pile grows taller, and every time you walk past it, you feel that little sting of guilt. The clutter doesn't just sit there, it stares at you, silently nagging, reminding you of something undone. Here's why this matters. Studies in environmental psychology show that unfinished tasks, like a pile of clothes waiting to be dealt with, create a constant sense of mental pressure. Your brain sees the chair and registers it as work left undone. Even when you're trying to rest, that mental weight lingers in the background, keeping your mind restless and your body tense. The clothing chair reset is a simple, powerful trick. It starts with reclaiming that chair, not for clothes, not for clutter, but for peace. Every evening, as part of your wind-down routine, you take 2 minutes to either fold and put away the clothes, or drop them in the laundry basket. No halfway zones. No more "I'll deal with it tomorrow." You draw a line in the sand. The chair is no longer storage, it's sanctuary. One woman I spoke to, a grandmother in her 70s, said this one change made her feel 10 pounds lighter in her own bedroom. She realized the chair wasn't just holding clothes, it was holding stress. Once she cleared it, she felt her room breathe again. And let's talk about sleep. Imagine lying down, trying to drift off, but right in your peripheral vision is that mountain of clothes. It's like your brain whispers, "You're not finished yet." But when the chair is clear, when it looks neat and restful, your brain relaxes. You signal to yourself that the day's work is done, and your body follows suit, slipping more easily into deep, restorative sleep. It may seem like a small declutter trick, but here's the truth. In a bedroom, small clutter equals big stress. And the clothing chair. It's often the single biggest culprit. Decluttering that one spot resets not just your room, but your entire mindset before bed. Number 4. The curtain and window reset. Have you ever noticed how much your bedroom windows and curtains affect your rest? For many older women, windows slowly become clutter magnets without us even realizing it. We hang heavy drapes we don't love anymore, let blinds collect dust, or stack little trinkets and plants on the windowsill until the light barely comes through. And what happens? Instead of your room feeling open and fresh, it feels dim, heavy, and closed in. Science shows that natural light plays a crucial role in regulating your body's circadian rhythm, the internal clock that tells you when to sleep and when to wake. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine found that women exposed to natural morning light had deeper, more restorative sleep at night. But if your curtains block the sun or your window is crowded with clutter, you're cutting yourself off from that natural reset button. The curtain and window reset is simple but transformative. Clear your windowsills, dust your blinds, and swap heavy, dark curtains for light, airy ones that let in the morning glow. At night, you can still close them for privacy, but during the day, you're letting your body receive the natural cues it needs for better rest. One woman I spoke to, in her mid-70s, told me she'd been waking up groggy and down for years. She thought it was just aging. But after decluttering her window space and letting natural light flood in every morning, she said she felt like her body remembered how to wake up. She described her mornings as lighter, easier, almost joyful again. Here's the truth. Clutter isn't just piles on a chair or mess under the bed. Sometimes clutter is blocking the very light your body needs to heal. By giving your windows a reset, you're not just tidying, you're inviting the rhythm of life itself back into your room, and your sleep will thank you for it. Number 5. The under-the-bed liberation. Now, this is one that almost nobody talks about, but it might be the most powerful of all. What's under your bed right now? Extra shoes. Old blankets. Boxes of clothes you never wear. Maybe a suitcase or holiday decorations. For many older women, the space under the bed becomes a secret storage zone. Out of sight, out of mind, or so we think. But here's the truth, even though you can't see it, your body knows it's there. Sleep experts explain that clutter under the bed creates what they call mental residue. Your subconscious mind is aware that you're literally sleeping on top of chaos. Instead of rest, your brain remains slightly on guard. And when you're over 60, your body needs every bit of restorative sleep it can get, because good sleep is tied directly to memory, heart health, and even weight control. Think about it. Would you feel comfortable sleeping on top of a storage unit? That's essentially what's happening when your underbed space is crammed full. The under-the-bed liberation means clearing it all out. Every single thing. If you absolutely must use it, limit yourself to 1 or 2 neatly labeled bins with soft items only, like spare bedding. But no stacks of shoes, no piles of clothing, no boxes of someday items. Because the bedroom is about sleep, not storage. I once heard a woman describe how she used to keep 3 giant boxes of her grown children's school papers under her bed. Every night, she unknowingly slept on top of their memories, their past, their clutter. She said once she moved it all into a proper keepsake box in her closet, she felt lighter, as if she'd lifted years of mental weight from her shoulders. Her words were simple but profound. I didn't know I was suffocating until I could finally breathe. And that's exactly what decluttering does. It's not just about organizing things. It's about freeing yourself from what those things silently weigh on your heart, your mind, and even your body. When your bed is truly clear, above it, around it, and beneath it, you sleep like a child again. So tonight, before you crawl under the covers, ask yourself, am I resting above peace, or am I resting above piles of forgotten clutter? If it's the latter, maybe it's time to gift yourself the freedom of the under-the-bed liberation. And there you have it, 5 powerful bedroom declutter tricks that older women truly love, not because they're trendy or stylish, but because they work. They give you back something priceless: your peace of mind, your ability to rest deeply, and your health. I want you to pause for a moment and really think about what we've uncovered together. The nightstand that either soothes or suffocates your evenings. The closet that whispers peace instead of pressure. The bedding that welcomes rest instead of restlessness. The surfaces that calm your thoughts instead of scattering them. And finally, the under-the-bed liberation that frees your sleep at the deepest level. These aren't just declutter tricks. They're acts of love you give to yourself. Science proves it. A calmer bedroom lowers stress hormones, balances heart rate, and even strengthens memory. But beyond science, there's something more personal here. Your bedroom should be your sanctuary, a place where you can heal, dream, and wake up ready to live your best years. Now, let me ask you something straight from the heart. You've just spent precious time with me, learning secrets that could transform not just your bedroom, but your health. If you felt even one moment of recognition, if you thought, that's me, or I need to try this, then why wouldn't you subscribe? Truly, I want to understand. If you don't want to, drop me a comment below and tell me your reason. I read every single one. But if you do subscribe, you'll never miss another story, another secret, another wake-up call that could add comfort, safety, and even years to your life. It costs nothing, yet it could change everything. So, what will it be? Another night of restless sleep surrounded by clutter, or a new chapter where your bedroom becomes the peaceful retreat you deserve? The choice is yours. But I hope, truly, that you choose yourself, and that you join me here in this community of strong, wise, and resilient women who are reclaiming their homes and their health one step at a time. Click that button. Don't put it off. Because peace, clarity, and sleep are not things to delay, they're things you deserve now.